Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Natalee Hudson, and I am the principal and founder of the Australian Meditation and Holistic Counselling College. It's lovely to have you here, and I really appreciate you taking the time for yourself to join us. Before we begin, I'd like to invite you to simply take a slow breath in. We're going to allow ourselves to arrive to this evening. So take a slow breath in and gently exhale. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Just allow yourself to arrive fully in the space this evening. Life can be really, really busy. And many of us move from one responsibility to the next without ever giving ourselves the opportunity to pause and simply be present. So tonight, this is an opportunity for you to slow down, reflect, and learn something new, and perhaps explore what may be possible for you moving forward. So, whether you signed up for us tonight because you're curious about meditation, interested in holistic well-being, or exploring a new direction, or simply just looking for personal growth, you are very welcome. Tonight is a supportive space to learn, reflect, and ask questions. So let's begin. So tonight I'll be sharing with you a little bit about my own journey, why this work matters so much, and why so many people are currently feeling called towards personal growth and meaningful change. Throughout tonight, we'll explore why stress and overwhelm are so common, the role of the nervous system in yours and others' well-being, how meditation can support both personal and professional growth, what meditation teaching involves, and the pathways available through our meditation teacher training program. So we'll also be experiencing a guided meditation together and leave plenty of time for questions and discussions at the end. This is not intended to be a high-pressured sales event. Rather, it is an opportunity to explore whether this pathway resonates with you, and whether or not it may support you where you are currently in life. So, if any questions come up throughout the session, please feel free to pop them into the chat and we'll come back to them later. So, before we go any further, I'd love to hear from you. What drew you to tonight's session? You can pop those in the chat. If you're watching the replay, please feel free to send them through to me if you would like via email or in the comment section of this video. Perhaps you're interested in meditation. Perhaps you're looking to explore a possible career change, or maybe you're feeling called towards personal growth. You could simply just be curious. Take a moment to have a think about what drew you here and share your thoughts with us if you would like. There's always lots of different reasons why people join the sessions that we hold. And I have found over the years that although our circumstances may be different, many of us are searching for similar things. We're searching for more calm, more purpose, more balance, more connection. And often that desire comes the beginning of something that can be really, really transformational. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'd love to briefly introduce myself. So, my name is Natalie, and I'm the principal and founder of the Australian Meditation and Holistic Counselling College. I've spent more than 25 years working with the community services sector, as well as almost 10 years working within the holistic sector as well, supporting people through change, growth, healing, and personal development. Over the years, I have worked with people from many different backgrounds and life experiences. And one of the things that I've noticed repeatedly was that people were struggling with stress, overwhelm, emotional exhaustion, and disconnection. Many were functioning on the outside, but struggling on the inside. This observation eventually led me towards meditation, holistic well-being, and understanding how we can better support ourselves and others. The college was created from a desire to provide practical, professional, and accessible training to support both personal transformation and professional development. Today, as a college, we support students across Australia and internationally through meditation teacher training, holistic counselling, and holistic wellbeing education. So, why does this work matter? So, one of the things that I've noticed over the years is that many people are quietly carrying far more than others realise. People are managing careers, families, financial responsibilities, health challenges, caring roles, and endless daily pressures. Yet, despite being busy, productive, and responsible, many people feel disconnected from themselves. They often describe themselves feeling extremely overwhelmed, stressed, exhausted, unfulfilled, and unsure of what comes next. And eventually they begin asking those deeper questions. Questions such as, is this all there is? What actually brings me meaning? How do I create more balance in my life and within myself? How do I reconnect with myself? For many people, meditation becomes the beginning of that journey, because I know it was for me. Not because it solves every problem, but because it creates space and space to breathe, space to reflect, and space to reconnect with themselves and others. And sometimes that simple act of slowing down becomes the catalyst for significant change. So many people today feel stuck, not because they lack ability or they lack intelligence, but because they're constantly operating in survival mode. And that survival mode gets pulled tighter and tighter every day. They are moving from one task to the next, responding to emails, managing commitments, meeting deadlines, supporting everybody else, and rarely stopping long enough to check in with themselves. And over time, this creates a sense of disconnection. And people begin feeling like they're merely surviving rather than truly living their life. This is one of the reasons meditation, mindfulness, and nervous system awareness have become so important because they help us to step out of autopilot and reconnect with ourselves. And when we reconnect with ourselves, we begin to create space for new possibilities, new choices, and meaningful change. And what brings us to understanding what is actually happening inside the body and the nervous system when we experience ongoing stress. Okay, so understanding the nervous system. So this is integral in supporting ourselves and others on the journey of bringing real change to our lives. So, as we continue, I'd like to talk briefly about the nervous system. It sits close to the heart of so many wellbeing challenges that we see today. Many people have heard terms like fight, flight, freeze, or the stress response, but often don't fully understand what these actually mean. So, our nervous system is designed to keep us safe. Okay. So, when we encounter danger, our bodily autonomy prepares us to respond. Okay. Heart rate increases, breathing changes, muscles become activated, and our attention becomes hyper focused. This is incredibly helpful when we are faced with genuine danger. The challenge, though, is that when our nervous system often responds in a similar way to everyday modern stresses as well. And these stresses include work pressure, financial concerns, relationship challenges, constant notifications on our phones and through our emails, information overload, overthinking, uncertainty of what's to come. The body often interprets these experiences as threats as well, and this activates our nervous system. Okay. When the stress becomes ongoing, the nervous system may remain activated for long periods of time. Many people, and more people than what we realize, are living in a state of constant alertness without even realizing it. They become accustomed to feeling stressed and they begin to think that the overwhelm is a normal way to be. But the body was never designed to remain in that state indefinitely. This is where practices like meditation, mindfulness, breath awareness, and self regulation become so valuable. They help to signal safety to the nervous system and support a return to balance. So, when the nervous system remains activated for extended periods of time, it often begins to show up in ways people may not immediately connect to stress. Okay. So some common signs include anxiety, racing thoughts, difficulty switching off, sleep disturbances, fatigue, irritability, feeling emotionally overwhelmed, difficulty concentrating, and feeling disconnected or numb. Many people experience several of these symptoms simultaneously, okay? And they'll often tell themselves, I just need to push through. How many times have we told ourselves that? Just got to keep going. Can't stop. I got to be, tough. Push through this, okay? But pushing through is rarely the answer. The body is often asking for regulation, rest, support, and reconnection to yourself. And one of the reasons meditation is becoming so popular is because it provides a practical way to begin creating those moments of regulation. Not perfection, not escape, simply regulation. And over time, those moments can create significant positive change. So, one of the biggest misconceptions about meditation is that it is about stopping thoughts. Okay, so no thoughts happen at all. And many people tell me I can't meditate because my mind just won't stop. But the reality is that meditation is not about having no thoughts. It's about changing our relationship with our thoughts. It's about learning how to observe rather than becoming completely consumed by every thought, feeling, and reaction we're experiencing. Meditation supports emotional regulation, self awareness, stress reduction, greater clarity, improved focus, better sleep, increased resilience. And perhaps the most importantly, it creates opportunities to reconnect with ourselves. Many people spend years disconnected from their own needs, values, emotions, and well-being. Meditation creates space to come home to ourselves again. And that's one of the reasons it can be such a personal, powerful development tool. So, meditation is no longer viewed as something only practiced in spiritual communities. Today, it is used in so many different settings. It's used in healthcare, education, community services, corporate wellbeing programs, counselling, coaching, disability and aged care support, and leadership development. Because organisations and practitioners are increasingly recognising the importance of emotional well-being and nervous system health. People need practical tools. They need ways to manage stress, support resilience, and improve focus, and create healthier relationships with themselves and others. This growing awareness is one of the reasons meditation teaching has become an increasingly valuable tool. Excuse me. All right. So now I'd like to invite you to experience some of the benefits of meditation for yourself. So we're going to do a quick little 5 or 10 minute meditation. All right. So I'd like you to make yourself comfortable. Just get a little drink of water. Make yourself comfortable. And if you feel comfortable doing so, gently close your eyes. Or you could simply just soften your gaze. Now, take a slow, deep breath in and gently exhale. And again, breathing in slowly and breathing out softly. Allowing your shoulders to relax, your jaw to soften, and allowing your body to begin settling. There is nowhere else you need to be right now. Nothing you need to achieve. No expectations. Just this moment. Begin by bringing your awareness to your breath. Simply notice the natural rhythm of your breathing, the gentle rise and fall. Don't force it, just allow it to happen naturally. Inhale, exhale. If thoughts arrive, that's perfectly normal. There is no need to fight them. Simply notice them and gently return your attention to the breath. Now bring your awareness to the points of contact between your body and the chair beneath you. Feeling supported, grounded, present. Take a moment to notice how your body feels. Without judgment, without needing to change anything, simply observing. Now I'd like you to ask yourself this gentle question. What do I need more of in my life right now? Allow whatever arises to arise. Perhaps it's calm, balance, purpose, connection, confidence, rest, or compassion. There is no right or wrong answer. Simply noticing what comes forward. Take another slow, deep breath in and gently exhale. As you breathe, imagine creating a little more space within yourself. Space to breathe, space to reflect, space to simply be. Remember that meditation doesn't require perfection. It simply requires presence. One breath at a time, one moment at a time. And often the greatest challenges begin with the smallest steps. So now I'd like you to take one final deep breath in and slowly exhale. Begin bringing your awareness back into the room, gently moving your fingers, your toes, perhaps stretching if that feels more comfortable. And when you're ready, softly opening your eyes. Welcome back, everybody. So just take a moment to notice how you feel. Just sort of sit and pay attention to that. Just enjoy that feeling of calm. Okay, and now we'll continue. So I hope that meditation gave you that opportunity to slow down, reconnect, and experience some of the benefits we've been discussing tonight. For many people, experiences like that become the beginning of wanting to explore this work more fully. So I'd like to now share a little about our meditation teacher training program and the pathways available through the college. So our meditation teacher training program is a globally accredited and trauma-informed program designed to support both personal growth and professional development. What makes the program unique is that students often experience transformation on two levels. Firstly, they develop their own understanding of meditation, mindfulness, stress management, and holistic well-being. Secondly, they develop the skills and confidence required to guide and support others through these practices. And many students initially join for personal reasons. They want to better manage their stress, improve their well-being, and develop greater self-awareness. Or they do it so they can reconnect with themselves. And then along the journey, they discover they would love to share these skills with others. And that's where things often become very exciting. So let's look at some common fears students have. Okay. So one of the things I always like to talk openly about is the fears people often have before they enroll. Because if you're having some of these thoughts, I promise you're not alone. Many have had the same thoughts. Okay. So many people tell me I'm too old. I haven't studied in years. I'm not confident enough. I'm not spiritual enough. I don't think I could ever teach. And honestly, these concerns are completely normal. Many of our students begin feeling exactly the same way. Okay. And what I've learned over the years is that confidence doesn't come before you begin. All right. Confidence comes through learning, practicing, and gradually building experience. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to be perfectly calm. And you don't need to be an expert by any means. You simply need a willingness to learn and grow. And one of the most rewarding parts of my role is watching students gradually realize they are capable of much more than they initially believed. And it is so exciting to see that transformation. And it's often not a lack of ability that is holding people back. Okay, it is a lack of belief in themselves, and that can absolutely change. And I am here, we're here to support you with that. Excuse me. So throughout the training, people explore a wide range of practical and professional skills. So these include meditation foundations and techniques, mindfulness practices, nervous system regulation, stress management, facilitation skills, group work, professional development, ethical practice, and business and marketing foundations, just to name a few. Okay. But beyond the course content itself, my students often develop, always develop greater confidence, improved self-awareness, better communication skills, emotional resilience, and a deeper understanding of themselves and of others. This learning journey is designed to feel supportive, achievable, and practical. Students are guided step by step throughout the whole process. So let's look at the student pathways. So one of the questions I'm often asked, nearly by every single student, is what can I actually do after I graduate? Okay, and the answer is that there are many, many possibilities. Okay, so some students will go on to teach meditation classes. Others will facilitate workshops and groups. Some will integrate the meditation into their existing professions, such as coaching, counselling, disability support, education, or holistic health. And others will take it into healthcare and integrate it into the work they're doing there as well. Others have established their own wellbeing businesses, and some complete the training purely for their own personal development and self-growth. There is no one single pathway. Our students come from many different backgrounds, and some are exploring a new career. Some are expanding on an existing practice that they've already got, and some are just wanting to seek a greater personal well-being. The beauty of this work is that it can evolve in a way that aligns with your own goals and circumstances, and the sky is the limit on where you could take this. So our programs are recognised, okay? Um, and this is a very important aspect of our programs, is the professional recognition that they have. So the meditation teacher training program, as well as the other programs that we offer, are internationally recognised through the IICT, which is the International Institute of Complementary Therapist. We are also a training provider recognised through them, as well as through the International Practitioners of Holistic Medicine and International Mindfulness Meditation Alliance. So our organisation or the school and all our courses are recognised through them. Um, so that means that graduates may apply for professional membership to these associations, as well as practitioner insurance through the IICT as well. And business insurance is so important, and it is wonderful that you are able to gain that with our programs to be able to use them professionally. For many students, this provides reassurance that they are completing recognised training that supports both personal and professional development. It also provides a pathway for those who wish to work professionally within the wellbeing industry after graduation. While not everyone intends to teach professionally, many students appreciate knowing that that option is available should they pursue it at some stage, okay? So you're not time limited on when you can use these certificates in the future. If you don't wish to start straight away, you can start down the track and they will always be recognised. So, because we understand that life is busy, we do have flexible study options, okay? Many of our students are balancing work, family responsibilities, caring roles, and other commitments. That's why flexibility is such an important part of our training model. Now, our next intakes are starting on the 6th of July 2026 for our self-directed online study. And our live interactive Zoom program commences on the 12th of July and runs for 10 weeks for the meditation teacher training program. We run regular intakes throughout the year for both our online study and our live Zoom trainings. Um, and just keeping an eye on the website and signing up to our newsletter, you will know when our intakes are open and enrolling next. Students can study around their existing commitments while still receiving guidance and support through the program. We also offer payment plans that help make training more accessible. Other support that you will receive is support from your mentor, who you can contact at any time. And we run fortnightly masterclasses that run for about an hour to an hour and a half that you are welcome to attend. If you are not able to attend those live, they are recorded and loaded up into our private student lounge on the website that is there just for students and graduates. Excuse me. So, why do students choose the Australian Meditation and Holistic Counselling College? So, students often tell us they choose our college because were looking for something that felt both professional and personal. And our approach combines trauma-informed practice, evidence-based wellbeing principles, personal growth and professional development, self-development, professional skills training, flexible learning pathways, and ongoing support. We focus strongly on creating a safe, supportive, and encouraging learning environment. Learning is not just about gaining knowledge, it's also about developing confidence, self-awareness, and the ability to support others in meaningful ways. And that is something that we are incredibly passionate about here at the Australian Meditation and Holistic Counselling College. So before we end today, I'd like to invite you to imagine something. Imagine feeling more confident. Imagine having practical tools to support your own well-being. Imagine being able to guide others through practices that help them feel calmer, more connected, and more resilient. Imagine creating work that feels meaningful and aligned with your personal values. And imagine supporting positive change not only in your own life, but in the lives of others as well. You don't need to know exactly what that future looks like today, but sometimes simply allowing yourself to explore the possibility can be the first step towards creating it. So before we finish this evening, I'd like to invite you that if you have any questions, please feel free to share. If you're watching the replay, I welcome you to contact me with any questions that you may have, whether that be via email or in the comments of this video. Okay, there is no such thing as a silly question. Okay, so please feel free to ask them. So, thank you very much for being here with me and watching this evening. I really appreciate you taking the time. If there is something that resonated with you tonight, I encourage you to stay curious about that feeling. You don't need to have your entire future figured out. You simply need to be willing to take the next step that feels right for you. So, what you will receive after we finish tonight is a recording of this session that we had here, some course information, the course guide, enrolment details, and information about booking a free enrolment consultation if you would like to speak with me one-on-one about any questions that you may have. And I want to thank you once again for being part of this evening, for watching the replay. And I hope that you finish watching this and being here tonight feeling calmer, clearer, and more connected than before you first started with us this evening. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I look forward to speaking to you further in the future. Thank you.